Right then, everybody, welcome along, welcome back, and as you can see, today is Helheim Racing, as we always do on the Wednesdays and the Sundays. It is lovely to be back today, and let me just mention what a brilliant turnout it is for tonight's Grand Prix, which is going to be taking place after this qualifying session. It is an incredible turnout. It really, really is, with Venom 1 minute 17.2 beginning this session off. But what I should have opened with is today we're here in Australia. It is round 9 of the Helheim World Championship. This season is going incredibly fast, I've got to say. Really, really is. And that is probably down to the fact that there's two races. There's 2 races in a week. That is probably why. But yeah, I've got to say, it is going incredibly fast. And the attendance this season has been superb. I think last race, it wasn't as good as normal. Maybe I think we had 15 or 14. But today, straight back on form. As Big Bazooms then to P2. Matt Brooks then to the lead of qualifying. 3 tenths faster than Big Bazooms there. It is 1 minute 16.7 on time here in qualifying to get going here today. But 8 drivers with times on the board. The rest still haven't. Now Crazy Hurdler with the 1 minute 16.779. 1/100th of a second faster than Matt Brooks on this time around. But qualifying is set to be decent today then, everybody. It really, really is. Of course, everybody out there, well, nearly every single driver out there on the track, actually. It's very busy out on the track at the minute. Very busy indeed. It's Crazy Hurdler in the lead of this session. Fastest. Now RJ 1:16.7. That is a lovely time for RJ. Really good stuff then here in qualifying. Can he hold it, though, is the question. Really, really good stuff for that man. It's Crazy Hurdler now. It's a setter for second place. Matt Brooks, 3rd. Big Bazooms, 4. Betty, 5. Venom, 6. Now Gambit to 2nd. Can't match RJ's time. Wow. This is getting spicy already in the early stages of qualifying. 12 minutes to go. And RJ set the pace. Gambit couldn't beat him on this time around, but I'm sure Gambit will go round again to try once more. But like I mentioned, 19 drivers, missing 1 to make that full grid. Can we get a full grid this season at least once? It will be pretty cool, but we'll have to see about that one. I mean, 19 is more than enough, let's be honest. That takes 17 to be fair, so this is perfect. And RJ leading qualifying so far by not very much at all. 200ths of a second to be exact. It is very, very marginal between RJ and Gambit there in 1 and 2 at the moment. Gambit is out there. I don't think on a flying lap at the moment, no, but should be going round later on again. But at the moment, got the fuel light on, so that'll be a pit lane job for him so far. And we'll have to wait for him to come out again. But 11 minutes to go, a long, long while left of qualifying. He has got all of the time in the world to set a time once again. But he'll head into the pit lane now and refuel that car. Blazed up by 0.3 of a second then in the middle sector. Here comes the McLaren. Here in Melbourne, this is looking very nice indeed for this man. Not very much ERS left, but not much track left either. So can this man make it work round the last few corners here in qualifying? Can he put a good time on the board in Melbourne? Blazed around the final few corners. P11 so far, 1:17.6 was his first time. And up to the line for the second. Can it be any quicker over the line for the McLaren? It is nowhere near. 1.4 seconds down on his last time. Peter out there and invalidated by quite a lot. Kelman down by an incredible amount as well, but given the battery storage on that car, he might, looks like, oh, never mind. I thought he was going to go around again, but fuel light is on. That will be a pit lane job for him again. Yeah, Keltman into the pit lane then for this one. RJ, though, still up and ahead in this session. Incredible. But can Gambit find any time? He is a very fast driver. He is someone that should never, ever be underestimated because he is always able to pull something out of the bag when he needs it. And, yeah, we will see we will see what is going to happen for today. There's RJ in the lead of this session. Gambit second place. Crazy Hurdler sat in third at the moment in qualifying. Matt Brooks 4. Big Bazooms 5. Betty 6. Then Venom 7 out on the lap now. You know what? We might as well tag along with him then as he's going to head down in towards turn 2. Sorry, Venom. What can he do then here in Melbourne? P7. Best for him so far. It was the first time of the whole entire weekend here in Melbourne with a 1 minute 17.2. But 6 people have gone faster than him up ahead. But now in the first sector, it's looking incredibly strong. 2 tenths up then in sector 1 here in Australia. Venom suddenly finding a bit of time. Now into the middle sector he goes, and up towards the end of the middle sector. Here comes Venom. Can he go any faster? 3 tenths up in that sector. This is looking very nice from Venom. Could be a front row start if he continues to form. Round towards the final few corners then. It is 19% ERS as he gains, braking through the corner. Very nearly invalidates. He runs it out wide though. It was beautifully executed around the final few corners. He's down to P8 now as people going ahead of him. He's going to come around the final few corners. Venom has found 4 tenths in total on this lap. Can he continue to form towards the line? It's looking very strong indeed. Venom over the line. It's P6 with a 3/10 improvement. That isn't bad at all. Breaks into the 1 minute 16s. And qualifying up at the front is incredibly close. Absolutely marginal. And if you're new here on the streams watching the Helheim racing, this is something we get quite often. Qualifying is always close. Look at that. Nearly everybody within a few hundredths of a second up at the front. It is just incredible. It really is. As Gambit now on a flying lap then. He's going to head towards the end of this lap. We didn't see his first and second sectors, so it's going to be completely blind now to see if he's on a good time or not. He's going to run it out wide brilliantly though into the final few corners and towards the line now as RJ starts his lap. Gambit will finish his up towards the line. What time will it be? Can it be pole? Gambit takes it by nearly 4 tenths of a second. 1 minute 16.374. And he puts it on provisional pole here in qualifying with still, I think, 7 minutes left. Yes, here in qualifying. RJ now second place, drops down. He is out there on the track and down by a tenth in the first sector. This man can't find any time to try and challenge once again for pole position. But second place for him will still be a good achievement. But he's going to activate the DRS now, head towards the end of the second sector. He doesn't go down without a fight, this man. What can he do? DRS activated towards the end of the middle sector. Still can't find the time in sector 2. Towards the end of that one now and into the third sector. Not looking like this man can find much time, unfortunately, with 6 minutes to go in qualifying. Gambit ruling the world up at the top of the timing table with a 1 minute 16.3 as T-Pain retires from the session. Not too sure what happened there. I think in the final corner crash, was it? As now RJ into the pit lane, knows he can't find the time. He is done for now, but I'm sure he's going to go around again with 6 minutes to go. Gambit out there again. He is going to go into the pit lane now, more than likely, to just chill out. He's put it on provisional pole by 4 tenths of a second. This man's got no worries in the world at the moment. Nobody is looking like they can come close to him. But with 6 minutes to go, people are going to be getting ready to go round again to try and shock the world then here at Helheim Racing. STE in 18 into the final few corners in Sector 3. I'm not sure if they're on the lap then at the moment. Looking like they might be on the lap. Heading round the final couple corners then. And here comes the McLaren, his teammate up in P14 of Blazed. Here comes ST then towards the line. Can he make any improvements here in qualifying? It is a P18 still, but he finds nearly 7 tenths. This man does make an improvement into the 1 minute 18.6. And that is what we like to see from that man. Absolute brilliant stuff. As somebody has just gone up the order. I think JC, is that JC? Yes, it is. Into second place. Now, this man recently, I think he's put it on pole 3 times. 3 times this season. And he hasn't been able to change that pole to a race win once at the minute. If he gets pole today, can he take it to stratospheric levels? He's 1 minute 16.397 for his qualifying time so far. Gambit 1 minute 16.374. Marginal stuff, 0.02 of a second gap between Gambit and JC. It is incredibly close. RJ drops a little bit further back. He's in the garage at the moment with a bit bigger of a gap then compared to the top two, as they are absolutely marginal. They are the definition of it. Very close indeed between them. And into the garage then for JC here in qualifying. 4 minutes to go. Will he decide to come out again? It's probably quite likely, as a lot of the drivers are going to do the same. Rated now, find himself coming out of the pit lane. RJ does the same as he's on his outlap now. Venom to Master as well. Master's a new driver here today, actually. I've never seen him before. Well, a new driver in Helheim Racing, I think, Master, in P11, unless he just hasn't been here for a while, but I've definitely never seen this guy. So Master joining us today in P11. It is good to see him here racing with the Helheim boys. It's like a brotherhood. It really is here at Helheim Racing, and you know it's incredible. It really, really is what they've built here. Definitely something you want to be part of. If I must say so myself. With 3 minutes to go then here in qualifying. Gambit on provisional pole at the moment. JC second place. Them both in the pit lane. But RJ is out there on the track and ready to fight all the demons coming his way. He couldn't find the time in sector 1 and 2 on the previous lap. Now he's going to get another chance at it, and probably a bit of spare change as well. So we'll have to just see if he is capable of pulling the time out of the bag. The gap is quite significant between JC and RJ. It is 0.4 of a second, which is quite a big gap to gain here in qualifying. But can RJ do so? We know he's been getting a bit of esports training. We know he's been really improving his skill set, and it is absolutely showing today. Third place here in qualifying, at least for this man, as he starts his lap now into the first few corners. What can the Alpine do in qualifying? It's the car on the inside, moves out the way. RJ now with one goal set in mind, and that is to improve his lap time. With the DRS it will be activated soon. The ERS is always there, available at the moment. He's got a big chunk of it, 63% left in the bank, and he's going to head right up towards the end of the first sector. Can this time around RJ find time? He can't. 600ths of a second, but definitely an improvement from last time, as he was down by a 10th in the first sector. RJ has got a chance here at finding time in the middle sector. Here he goes then, third place for this man at the moment, which is very good in itself. But like I said, one goal in mind to gain, and he's gained nearly a 10th in the middle sector. Finally gaining time, and he invalidates then through the middle sector. RJ was definitely on for an improvement there, but his lap failed him. I think he's probably just going to wing it and go for another one, is he? Or he's going to go into the pit lane. We do not know. But the top two on their outlaps now. Crazy Hurdler on an outlap as well. Into the pit lane for RJ. And that'll be it for his qualifying. So P3 or lower for RJ then, everybody. Here today. But I'm going to say, what an effort he has put in. What an effort for him to be where he is. P3 for RJ. Now all eyes to the front two. Possibly Crazy Hurdler, but it isn't looking like he's improving, unless he's starting another lap now. Yes, he is. Matt Brooks invalidated. Master is up by 0.3 of a second on his previous lap, which is very nice to see. Venom not on a lap at the moment. Bat Me God is up by 0.07 of a second in the first sector. Towards the end of the second then, can he make any more improvements? Oh, yes he can. 1/10. Here he goes then. P11 for the Red Bull. Heading around the final few corners then, everybody. Here in qualifying, can he make any significant improvements? 1 minute 17 flat is his time at the moment. He's going to head round the final corner, mind the way of the curb. The DRS gets activated, and the Red Bull flies towards the line like a rocket. Can he make an improvement? It's P6 then, with a 0.3 improvement. That is very nice for Back Me God, as he gets himself up onto the third row of the grid then, starting this Grand Prix. But can he stay where he is the question. Gambit then over the line. Can he make any more improvements? It is 1:16.317. Gambit is on provisional pole by a very nice margin. JC will not be improving here in qualifying. Matt Brooks either. Batmy God 2 can't improve. Maybe Big Bazooms though towards the line, and a few more drivers too, which seem to be trying their look. Masters finding time as well. Here comes back Big Bazooms. Didn't look like he had a good last few corners. He's going to fly towards the line with a fuel light on too. Can he make any significant improvements? It is P4 for Big Bazooms. That is very nice. Batmy God won't be improving. Master has improved through the first, maybe through the middle. Didn't catch that one though. He's going to head towards the end of the the final sector now. Then JC won't improve. So Gambit is the favourite for pole at the moment. Looking like he's going to be able to take it, unless Master will just absolutely come out of nowhere. But it isn't what we are expecting. But you know what? Expect the unexpected from this man. Can he do anything good then around the final corner? The DRS activated, and that is it for qualifying for him and everybody around him. Gambit on pole position here in Melbourne. Very nice. And the Ferrari on top of the world, like always here in Helheim Racing, ruling the league and ahead here today. JC just falls shy of pole and has to settle for second place. He hasn't performed well in the previous Grand Prix. Can he turn that around today? His quali pace is stellar, but race pace seems to fall off now and then. So we'll see if he can get a better race today. And the finishing results then for qualifying here in Australia. Gambit taking pole from JC, lining up on the front row of the grid with him. Crazy Hurdler on the second row of the grid with Big Bazooms. Then the third row of the grid, RJ and Matt Brooks. Batmy God 7 rated in 8. And then the fifth row of the grid, Betty and Master. Betty very much out of position today in qualifying. So we'll see if he can remake it up during the Grand Prix. So I've got no race intro, unfortunately, today. I should have it by on Wednesday. Just didn't have the time for it today. But I'll still play my JC intro, just not the obviously I don't have the Australia intro, but it should be okay. And yeah, we'll see you in a few seconds, everybody. The race will be getting going in about 2 minutes' time. Right, everybody, welcome back after the very short intro. But unfortunately, we don't have a race intro today. But as you know, we're here in Australia. What a track it is as well. I saw it on the calendar today when I checked before the stream, and I was pretty happy, to be fair. You know, it's a very good track. It really, really is. I've got a lot of good memories here as well from when I used to run my old league, Zorro Racing League. I had very good memories here in Australia. Many 1-2 finishes for some reason happened here. Which is great. Batmy God joining us in the chat. It is good to see somebody around. Hello from the RB cockpit. Hello from the commentary box. It's good to see you here. Thanks for joining us, mate. Hopefully you do well in today's race. I think you qualified. Did you qualify quite decent? I'm not too sure. I can't remember. I think top 10 though, wasn't it? Pretty sure. But hopefully a good start for you today, mate. And as you know, Helheim Racing never fails to deliver, ever. It is such a brilliant league. As Batmy says, yes, P7 for me. Well done, mate. Well done indeed. Hopefully you can turn that into. I'll give you a challenge. Hopefully we can get a top 5. Try and get a top 5 finish. That'll be pretty nice, wouldn't it? I'm going to predict it. Batmy God, top 5 finish today. Let's be getting it. Let's see. P7 start though. Good stuff for you. And like I said, Melbourne is great. Thank you. You will have fun. Of course I will, mate. Of course I will. The commentary box is always great at Helheim Racing. You guys, for some reason, there's something about you. You're always able to give a battle, which is just great. But yeah, been a busy week of commentary, and nice to come back to Helheim for some proper racing action today, as the race should be getting on pretty soon. Well, we should be going soon, everybody. I know I say that quite a lot. Should be the new catchphrase. But yes, we will be going soon. Should be about a 2-minute break today. I think we've had that, so the drivers should be getting ready to go soon. It does say waiting for players in the corner, so that normally means we're going pretty soon. Here for Helheim Racing in Australia. I'm not too sure how many laps. I think I'm pretty sure it's in the late 20s, to be fair. Or it might be early 30 laps. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. My guess is either, I can't remember how many, but my guess is either 32 or 27. I literally can't remember the laps. Here we go then, everybody. I thought I was driving then. It's time to go racing in Helheim Racing, everybody. Melbourne, it's lights out and away we go. Gambit with a brilliant start then off the line. Down into turn one. Not very much wheel spin, but he is trying to get caught up by the drivers behind the Haas car. Already trying to make moves on him. Of Crazy Hurdler, who can't make the move there. T-Pain apparently is leading for some reason, but I don't know what's going on here. It definitely isn't leading. Gambit is your race leader. Crazy Hurdler second. Then Big Bazooms in 4. JC 5. I don't know what is going on with T-Pain apparently in the lead. Hopefully that sorts itself out in a moment. That's very confusing. But 19 drivers and we get racing fully here in Australia. Lap 2 apparently of 29 now. Don't know what's going on. There we go. Lap 1 of 29. We are fully racing. Crazy Hurdler for the race lead. Down the inside on Gambit. Can he make the move? Would be very nice to see if he could. The Haas car giving it everything then. Down in towards the chicane, but can't do it this time around on lap 1 of 29. Stays behind. And now maximizes the exit. Look at that from Crazy Hurdler. Round the outside, onto the grass. Crazy Hurdler goes for the move into the lead, round the outside. He makes contact with Gambit. He is not letting this go on down before a fight. Without a fight even. He's going to go around the outside. Crazy Hurdler into the lead of the Grand Prix. That was some brilliant racing from him, and he is into the race lead. Where has that come from, may I ask? Crazy Hurdler into the race lead, being caught by Gambit now down into turn 1. This is what we like to see. Crazy trying to stay ahead. He was going crazy with the moves. It really was. But he's ahead now of Gambit, who's trying to stay within reach. JC is keeping up very well today so far in 3rd place. Big Presumes in 4. RJ holding on very nice in 5. Back Me God 6. Matt Brooks in 7. Rated in 8. Venom 9. Betty in 10. That is your top 10 so far. Then moving down the grid, Master, Critical Presence, Mike, SG, Elmez, T-Pain, Blaze, Coatman, and Peter. Here on this grid is Crazy Hurdler, the main man of the show at the moment. Who expected it? Down into the final few corners, he made the overtake, and he's made it stick. But can he stay ahead as the DRS will be activated pretty soon down this straight? There he goes then, the Ferrari trying to make the move on the Haas car. Can't do it today. And has to stay behind on lap 2 of 29. Crazy Hurdler, let me just say. Put your hands together for that man. It's an incredible job from him so far. Keltman with the first penalty of the evening then here in Helheim Racing. Crazy Hurdler, though, is ahead by 0.4 of a second from Gambit. JC 3rd, Big Presumes 4. RJ in 5th position at this moment in time, everybody. But up towards the line then for RJ and Big Presumes, who maybe could get a slipstream on JC to make a move. Then this is getting close around the outside. Big Presumes on P3. Can he make the move on JC? Not just yet, but he's going to stay behind. Maximise the exit now. On the exit now, he's going to head right up towards the outside line. Here comes Big Presumes on the Williams of JC. Can he stick it around the outside late? Yes, he can. Can he take the lead, though? That is the question. He can do that one as well. Into 3rd place. That is very nice. And JC drops down to 4 after starting in 3rd position, I think, in this race. Matt Brooks up to 6. Back Me God down back again to 7, where he started in this race. Betty up into 8 as well as Venom and Rated having a bit of a scrap. Venom's ahead. Master up into 10. Then as Rated gets down to 11 now, dropping positions. JC back ahead then to 3rd place. Will not let this one be going too easily, and he back onto the podium positions on lap 3 of 29, everybody. Brilliant stuff from JC as now we head into the final few corners of lap 3. RJ now trying to make a move on Big Presumes around the inside line. And now gets overtaken by Matt Brooks, his teammate, who's gone through past his teammate. Now he's got Big Presumes to make the move up on. There's a Sauber in front of him too, and they're going to head down towards the line now. Then everybody in the Grand Prix. Matt Brooks will lead from his, well, doesn't lead the race, but he leads from his teammate down into turn 1, lap 4 of 29. Rated makes the first pit stop of the evening here today in Melbourne, and Gambit driving ahead in this race. He got back ahead. Gambit now 5 tenths ahead of Crazy. He has to stay behind in 2nd place at the moment, but it's incredible effort from all of the drivers as Gambit in the race lead today from Crazy Hurdler, JC, Big Presumed, Matt Brooks and RJ. Behind that as well, battles forming. Oh, look at this, the closing speed. Back Me God on Betty. Can he make the move on the world champion from last season? This is superb stuff then from the drivers as we head up towards the chicane. Oh, look at this. Wing damage then from Back Me God, I think it was. Bit of wing, yeah, end plate damage from the Red Bull then. It's showing as well as he went off onto the gravel trap. He's a thread in the needle then, around the outside. Look at that. It's a Mercedes in the Aston Martin. That is beautiful. Mike off the track, and the Mercedes comes off the track now. It's all kicking off then on lap 4 of 29. Elmez behind the McLaren, trying to make the moves up as the McLaren gets ahead. The Mercedes trying to stay ahead of the McLaren, but round the inside then. Can the McLaren make the move? ST on Mike, doing absolutely everything he can down the straight. ST with a much better exit with the DRS2. That will help him down the straight. Elmas picking up the slipstream too. Oh, what a battle then down the straight. This is what we like to see. Big Presumes rejoins the game. Oh, and the McLaren gets pushed off there as Elmas now picks up on the pieces. Down the outside, and he goes through to P10 into the top 10, ladies and gentlemen. For Elmas is back again down the inside goes Mike as Elmas drops a bit deep on the corner. Behind that comes ST now with a comeback through past Elmas, who drops down both positions and now slides back. The Haas car hits the backside, gets end plate damage, and he will have to pit for that. Unless it's drivable, but it isn't looking like it is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Down the straight then from Betty and Venom. This is so good. It really, really is. Betty round the outside of Venom and through to P6 then in this race on lap 5 of 29. Mike in 9, Big Bazooms in 10, SG in 11. This battle still continuing, and it's exactly what we like to see. It is so good. Look at this, SG then trying to make a move on the kick. Sauber hits the backside of him now. Then, of course, the domino effect. Elmas gets affected, and Blaze as well now, as they're all up on the scene here in Melbourne. And now the McLaren on the backside of SG up towards the line. It is the kick. Sauber goes very wide, and Big Bazooms loses 2 positions now. Blazed gets through past him as well, and Elmas now through past SD round the outside. Can he hold it? What a move then! Monstrous move into the first corner as he goes off wide, sorry, but he still holds the position. That is so nice indeed. ST then gets ahead again of Elmes. And T-Pain and Big Bazooms now. The battle is on with these two in this race, ladies and gentlemen. It really, really is. Here we go then, down towards the chicane. Elmas on ST down the inside, makes it look easy. Crazy Hurdler up at the front as well, gets through past Gambit again. Into the lead of the race, but I can't, oh my god, what is going up at the front? Matt Brooks into second place, JC down to 3rd, Crazy Hurdler right the way down to 4. Gambit in the lead, I'm not too sure what has just happened. I think Crazy Hurdler had a bit of a spin in this race. He's down to 4, must have had a bit of a moment, but now Matt Brooks is a strong contender for today's race win. How has this happened? This man with a beautiful comeback from his qualifying time, and he makes his way through the order. 2nd place so far. He is on for the win if he can try and challenge Gambit. Remember, there's only 2 penalties today as well. I'm sure they are going to be built upon, especially if we get a safety car or a VSC. Many people do get them through them kind of causes, so we'll see if that is what is going to happen today. Big Bazooms leaves the session. Batmy God retires from the session in the pit lane. That is the first retiree of today's race. Gambit in the lead. Critical Presence P with a 3-second penalty, sorry, as we head into the chicane. RJ in 6th position, challenging Betty. This is the battle we've been waiting for and what we like to see. Betty is ahead to 5 then, with the DRS pulling right away from RJ, who is struggling to catch up at the moment. Now Batmy God completely out of the session as RJ nearly hits the barrier here today in Melbourne, and just about brings himself back on before he hits the barrier. The safety car is deployed in today's Grand Prix. Not too sure what happened there, but the safety car is out. Oh, T-Pain, that might be the issue. No front wing at all. Safety car deployed. Wow. And pit stops will be coming in, and we'll be back with you in a moment just after our short sponsor break. See you soon.
Track Titan is the fastest way to become a better sim racer, with highly personalized insights assuring that you get the coaching that you need. Track Titan automatically records your driven laps and lets you pinpoint exactly where you're making mistakes, where you're losing time, and how you can fix it. When you sign up with Track Titan, you'll be able to analyze your driving, learn about tracks in the academy, and participate in driving challenges and community races.
And leaping off the line whilst Ryan needs to defend from Max 27, and Max 27's up, and Max 27's well up.
Allowing you to improve your sim racing at your own pace and in a friendly and helpful community. The Track Titan analysis doesn't just show you exactly where you're losing time, but also what faster drivers are doing differently than you, from racing lines to steering inputs. This way you're not only made aware of your mistakes, but you're also given a solution to fix them. In the Academy you can learn all about different tracks, how to properly drive them, test your knowledge, and of course beat the driving challenge. And we've also built up a wonderful community of sim racers who love to help each other out, share stories, videos and pictures, and who participate in the weekly hot lap challenges and races. With even more features coming in the future, be sure to check out Track Titan with a link in the description, or head over to tracktitan.io to sign up.
Right, we are back then, everybody, here today under the safety car, of course. We have lost back me God, and the safety car was caused by, I think, Big Bazooms it was. He found himself near the barrier. Now, pit stops coming in for Crazy Hurdler and Keltman. We're going to keep you updated on the pit stops as well. We've got Gambit, Matt Brooks, JC, Betty, all decided to not go into the pit lane today. The rest of the drivers have all decided to opt to get the pit stop done early, and they'll be coming out on the hards. But the guys up at the front are all, ironically, on the hards. So they are going to be able to go longer. No point in them pitting, really. 20 laps to go. They've still got another good, 10 laps in them, or maybe, 8, 9, 10 laps in them to go. And then, of course, pit and get on the probably new mediums at the time. Back me in the chat. Not really gone your way today, mate. Down in 19. Hopefully you're back next race, mate. But if you want to stick around in the chat, you are more than welcome to watch the end or the rest of today's race. 20 laps to go here today. And of course, Back Me God is the only retiree, unfortunately, of this session. But Gambit leads the top 4, not come into the pit lane yet. We still have to wait for that. And that is going to throw it around quite a bit. I'm very, very looking forward to see what is going to happen here. When the race gets restarted, are they going to have the tyres to pull away from the pack, or are they going to get stuck in the mix and then, they're going to have to pit and they're going to fall back? It could go either way. Safety car could do them over. Here we go then, everybody. Safety car in at the end of this lap. We are going to go racing again in Melbourne. Lap 9 of 29 becomes lap 10 once we cross the line to go racing. The top 4 still need to pit, and we go racing again then in Melbourne. Gambit with a beautiful gap from Matt Brooks, then down towards turn 1. Nowhere near him. 1.3 seconds already. What has gone on there? Down towards turn 1. Master and Rated swapping positions. Master goes through then to P6. Rated in 7th position at the moment. Says he gets overtaken by RJ, who just went right through him for some reason. Don't know how that happened. But RJ went through with some magic powers in this race. But lap 10 of 29. 19 laps to go in this Grand Prix, everybody. We are counting down the laps. And still a good lot of racing action to come your way in 19 laps. We've had an early safety car today, which has enabled a lot of drivers to make to be able to go into the pit lane, so they can get their tyres changed. But the top 4 opted differently. They didn't decide to go into the pit lane of Gambit, Matt Brooks, JC, and Betty. JC, I've got to say, doing a really, really good job today in 3rd place. Recently, Grand Prix haven't gone his way, but today he's in P3 on for a podium. You got to give it to him. It's a much improved race today for JC. It really, really is. As he heads through the final few corners, I think Keltman just gone around at the back, loses a lot of positions and time, and brings himself back on. Big Presumes leaves the session. As Gambit up towards the line then, 1.7 seconds ahead of the pack. Behind that then is Matt Brooks, and then it's JC and Betty heading down in towards turn 1. These two are looking like a fight is brewing in the distance. Can we get a move between one of these drivers pretty soon? I'm sure they want it, but we'll have to see who will take the fight to who in this race. Crazy Hurdler with a 3-second time penalty, and that is 3 drivers then with penalties in this race. Blazed with a 3-second penalty. Betty gaining on JC. Here we go. Lap 11 of 29. Could bring us some very nice overtakes then into the final few corners, everybody. The race has been very nice so far. Rated picks up a 3-second time penalty in today's race. And here we go then into the final few corners. Gambit in the lead. Matt Brooks still in second in his own little race at the moment with the second behind. And 2 seconds in front. He is having quite a nice day out there on the track at the moment. Gambit, though, like I said, in the lead. Matt Brooks, second place. Then it is JC. Then it is Betty. And in the minute, no moves happening between them. But Venom is getting a bit closer. JC picks up the first penalty out of the top 4. And now Betty goes through past JC. It's all going bad for JC then in the space of a few corners. Maybe his teammate can make a move on him now as well. He's right at the back side of him. Round the outside, can Venom make a move on JC then? Through the first few corners, not looking likely right now. Crit and Blaze then down in 12 and 13. This is what we like to see. Here we go then, Blaze trying to make a move on the drivers. Blazed into P12. Gets ahead of Critical Presence in 13. Crazy Hurdler in 14th position then, everybody, in today's race. That's the drop. Oh my God. Peter and Keltman then both collide in the final corner. Just about caught that one. And down towards the main straight. They've absolutely lost it. Absolutely lost it into the pit lane for Keltman. That'll be it for him then. He's going to hope for another safety car. SD with a 3-second time penalty. Speaking of that, let's go through them, shall we? 3 for JC, or 3 for everybody. 3 for, it's JC. Oh, Peter with a 3 now as well. JC, Rated, SDE, Blazed, Crit, Crazy, Peter and Keltman, all with 3 seconds of time penalties. But you know what, does that matter really? Not at all. 3 seconds doesn't really matter to too much. And fastest for middle sector for Crazy Hurdler. Mike into P8. Oh my God, battles it going crazy. There's Mike then, find himself around. I'm not sure what happened there, but it was big collisions then in the middle of the track as he nearly beaches himself on the gravel trap. And Mike, his race is pretty much over at the back in P16. Falls right behind. He was driving a decent race. Mike is out of the pack. Here we go then, Master gaining on Betty. Can he make a move on him? Not looking like it at the moment. Betty really pulling away well. Behind that is Venom then, who possibly can make a move on Master, but nothing really going around on the track at the moment. It's lap 14 of 29, soon to come to an end. And what a nice race it's been so far. Quite chilled out, relaxed. The start was pretty hectic. We've just seen a few crazy moves as well. What a move then if he can make it. Here comes Master around the outside of Betty. Really stuck his foot in the door there, but today did not work out. He has to stay behind in the Aston Martin as Betty in the lead of this little battle here in P4. Master just behind then. Not being able to make a move at the minute on lap 15 of 29. Venom behind that, RJ behind that as well. But no moves happening just yet. The start of the race, I've got to say, was incredible. Keltman with a 3-second penalty, mate. That's 6 for him now then, as they start to add up. Oh my god, getting close there, wasn't it, between Betty and Master, as Betty has to maneuver out of the way. Crazy with a 3-second time penalty now. That will be 6 for him as well in today's race. So the penalties are starting to creep up across the grid as the race progresses. People suddenly now and then picking up a few penalties. Into the pit lane goes Matt Brooks then. I think that's the first pit stop on the top 4. Look at this, everybody's so close down into turn 1. Venom trying to make a move on the Aston Martin. Look how close they all are. RJ picking up his first 3-second time on ETF today then, as now the drivers head through the right-hander. Oh, look at this up at the front then. JC and Betty in second and third, as of course Matt Brooks went into the pit lane to change those tyres. See what he went on quickly. He went on the mediums here today. So JC and Betty are battling up at the front, and they're both on the medium, the hard, so they will have to pit pretty soon, but it depends on how long these can go for. How well have they kept these tyres in working order is the question. Both opt to stay out, so they should be okay for now. JC does seem to have a bit of a issue on the final corner there, but in the pit lane goes Gambit, so he decides it is time to pit. I didn't even notice that. And JC inherits the lead of the Grand Prix then, heading down into turn 1, ladies and gentlemen. But Gambit on the way out of the pit lane, coming out in P10 now. P11 actually, being overtaken once again. RJ and Venom having a bit of a scrap up at the front. RJ is up to P4 now in the race with a penalty. But on lap 18 of 29, 11 laps before the end, he finds himself in P4, 1 spot away from the podium today. RJ with a very nice comeback today. Has he made a pit stop? Yes, he has. He's on the hards. Should go to the end then on these if it works out okay. But they are 10 laps old in this race. So are they going to last the whole time? They should do, hopefully. For that man, as Betty in the lead then of the race. Master second. RJ up to third then. Now as Venom down to 4. JC down to 5 in today's Grand Prix. We've only lost Batmy God today. Still got 18 in the presence of us. As critical presence in 16 on his own in this race at the moment. In a race of his own in P16. As Gambit and SDE making contact down the straight then. This is getting close. Can he get through past the Ferrari? Looking like he can. Trying to get through past the Haas car, and he can't do it for now. SGE in P9. Everybody dropping back. As ahead then down the inside for Gambit. Through past Crazy Hurdler. Very nice indeed as he makes the move up on that driver. We've got Betty in the pit lane. changing his tyres now, changing those hards. Venom decides the same. Master inherits the race lead today. Crit now with a 3-second penalty in this race. So penalties are really creeping in now. As you can see, a few 6 seconds on the grid. Only 3 people with 6 seconds, but they are deciding to suddenly creep in a little bit. Now Venom then with a penalty as well. I'm not sure if that was his first. Where is he? Venom. Yeah, that's his first penalty today, which is not too bad at all, not too shabby at all, as we know Australia can be a big place for penalties, especially down into the first few corners then, as the curbs can be menacing. ST with a 3-second time penalty, creeping up again, as Venom and Peter swapping out positions. Oh, contacts McLaren of STE, hits the wall, he's retired. That is a safety car. That is a safety car then. STE plummets into the wall. That was a crash and a half then. And the McLaren is gone. The McLaren is out. I'm not too sure how that happened. I wasn't really registering what just happened there. But safety car is out. And I'm going to leave you with the sponsor break once again under the safety car, everybody. But wow. Just wow. Safety car out. JC, hang on a minute. JC retiring now. What's going on here? Where's he retired? Down. JC retired. Now, he is out of the question. 9 laps to go. Master, RJ, Gambit, your top 3. This is going to be great once the race gets started. See you in a few moments.
Track Titan is the fastest way to become a better sim racer, with highly personalized insights assuring that you get the coaching that you need. Track Titan automatically records your driven laps and lets you pinpoint exactly where you're making mistakes, where you're losing time, and how you can fix it. When you sign up with Track Titan, you'll be able to analyze your driving, learn about tracks in the academy, and participate in driving challenges and community races.
And leaping off the line whilst Ryan needs to defend from Maxi 7, and Maxi 7's up, and Maxi 7's well up.
Allowing you to improve your sim racing at your own pace and in a friendly and helpful community. The Track Titan analysis doesn't just show you exactly where you're losing time, but also what faster drivers are doing differently than you, from racing lines to steering inputs. This way you're not only made aware of your mistakes, but you're also given a solution to fix them. In the Academy you can learn all about different tracks, how to properly drive them, test your knowledge, and of course beat the driving challenge. And we've also built up a wonderful community of sim racers who love to help each other out, share stories, videos and pictures, and who participate in the weekly hot lap challenges and races. With even more features coming in the future, be sure to check out Track Titan with a link in the description, or head over to tracktitan.io to sign up.
Right, everybody, we are back, and pit stops have come in. Let me just tell you that here today. They really have. And 8 laps to go in the race. We've lost 2 drivers in the space of a few laps. It was pretty crazy, actually. It really, really was. And pit stops, let's go through them, shall we? Gambit, everybody in the grid now has made a pit stop. JC didn't, but he retired. So that is unfortunate. He is out of the race. He was really on for a decent one as well here today, but unfortunately retired and will not be going his way now. Only 8 laps to go then, everybody, in today's Grand Prix, and Gambit will be your race leader once we get going again. Matt Brooks in second place, Master third, RJ in 4 once the race gets restarted. Then rated 5, Betty 6, who really hasn't been in position today, I've got to say. He is normally a lot higher than that. Venom 7, Crazy Hurdler 8, Elmez 9, Blazed in 10, Crit 11, T-Pain 12, Peter 13. Bibizoons 14, Mike 15, and Keltman right the way down in 16 and far back from the grid as well. Safety car in at the end of this lap, everybody. Time to go racing. We'll be getting going, sorry, on lap 23 of 29, giving us 6 laps of racing to go before the race is concluded. This is the second safety car of today's Grand Prix. Crazy with a 10-second penalty there, everybody. Not really what he wants to be getting at this time in the race, but it is what it is, and the race goes on. Gambit will lead. Here we go then. Time to go racing again. Lap 22 of 29. We come lap 23 of 29, and 6 more times around the racetrack before we are done. Gambit in the lead then from Matt Brooks, Master, RJ rated down in towards turn 1. Can anybody mount a challenge on anybody in front? Not just yet, but I'm sure the back of the grid normally can cook something up. Crazy with a 3-second penalty then in this race. Another penalty for the drivers. Blaze with a 3-second penalty there. Another one to add to tally. 6 laps left to go. Gambit leads by 1.4 seconds in this race, everybody. Down towards the final few corners in the middle sector. Elmez up past his teammate then. Down the inside, around the outside, sorry then. Ooh, look at this. Big force off the track there. Crazy. Loses 2 positions. Nearly sets him into the wall then as Blazed on the outside line in P9. That is getting very close then between Crazy and Blaze. Down the inside for the Haas car. Makes contact nearly with the McLaren. Oh my God, so close. As DRS gets enabled, everybody, for the final time in today's race, we're going to head up towards the line, and Bessie getting close to Rated. Rated right up the backside of RJ, nearly hitting the backside of him then as we head up towards the right-hand side. Well, everybody gets so close, and now a move from Rated on RJ down the inside. He's through, and Betty goes through too. RJ down to 6, loses 2 positions down the second straight. That isn't what he wants to be doing, and now he gets cleared by 2 drivers. Very well done. Master into second place now, overtaking Matt Brooks in the race. Master really showing his true colours and what he is capable of. This man is really, really good Compared to what we've seen sometimes on debuts, this man knows what he is doing. Let me tell you that. He really does. Crit with the 3-second penalty, everybody. On lap 25. In this race, Blaze with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We've lost JC, SD, and Backmecod. Still 16 drivers, though, here today, which just shows how many we've got. Well, we've still got 16 after 3 DNFs. And Crazy trying to get ahead of Blaze then, side by side on the McLaren, and Crazy Hurdler up into P9. Makes the move. Very well done from him. And gets it done and dusted. Oh, what a camber angle. Look at that. Down towards the end of the middle sector. Betty in P4 rated. Trying to go around the outside in fire, everybody. But lap 25 of 29. The race very nearly coming to an end. Gambit looking like he's going to take another race win here today in Australia. He's an incredible driver. He really, really is. On top of his game all the time. Last race was Portugal, won in the sprint race by Gambit. And then the Grand Prix was won by Betty, which, you know, is a little bit different, of course. Betty has made his way to P4, but Gambit today looking like he's going to be able to take the win again if he can continue. He hasn't got a penalty yet to ruin his race. It's been very, very clean from Gambit today with only 3 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Gambit could be on for the race win. Oh, Keltman say no way. There's no way in the pit lane. Look at all the drivers darting in at the end. Everybody darting in at the end as they all go on for the softs. The safety car deploy. Won't get a sponsor message now. We're gonna stay. We're gonna stay for the action. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Big presumes with a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car already. Lap 27 of 29. We will be going next lap. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. The shortest safety car in the history of F1. We're going to be going pretty soon, but loads of people decided to go in the pit lane. I told you, the quickest safety car ever. We're going to go racing again on the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix, everybody. And it is time. It is time to go once again. Rated with a 10-second penalty before we get going. Keltman leaves the session. The race is pretty much over as we've only got 2 laps to go once we cross the line. It is the penultimate and then the final lap. Gambit to lead the way down the straight and to start lap 28 of 29. The race which has gone very fast indeed. He's had 3 safety cars in total, but you know what? It has really added to the spice of it and made it a whole lot better. Betty down in 10 then on the new tyres, up into 10, passing Peter down the straight. Blaze with a 3-second penalty as Gambit in the lead then by 0.6 of a second from Master in second place. Then Venom in third then in the Williams with 7/10 gap from the drivers around him as he goes onto the curb there and very nearly hits the barrier on the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. Only 1 lap to go before we reach the end of today's race. The race which has been very good. Ups and downs it has had, especially at the start. It was sensational at the start as many penalties are coming in now. But the top 2 have managed to stay without Teddy the whole time. And it is been very good indeed from Gambit and Master as they very much deserve this 1 and 2 finishing positions. They really do. It's been good so far from them. Can they continue the form towards the end of this lap and then one final time around the track, everybody, here in Melbourne for the top 2 and the rest of the drivers? I think somebody's gone round at the back. Bessie's down to 15. The 2 world champions sandwich the grid. At the end, DRS enabled and everybody. We head down the straight for the final lap of today's race here in Helheim. Wow, look at this. Master gaining on Gambit. Oh my god, hang on. Are we going to get... my god, pardon me. Are we going to get a Master win? What is going on here? Master second place. Very close behind Gambit. The DRS did just get enabled as well. Let me just say that. Can he gain? Can he find the time? Can he take the win? Both of them not got penalties, so it is literally raw race pace. Whoever is ahead is going to win this race. We're going to head right down towards the end of the second sector. He's miles behind. Oh my god, he's gaining. He's absolutely gaining. Look at this. Master trying to go for the move on Gambit. Can he do it? He messes up his corner here. He's going to probably pick up a bit of a warning from that one there. He's going to use absolutely everything he's got. Can Master win the race today on lap 29 of 29? He's in second place. Gambit in the lead, who's led all the race long. He fully deserves it, but Master has stayed within reach as well. We're going to head towards the line here in Melbourne. Can the Aston Martin beat him towards the line? He's absolutely trying his best, but here he goes then towards the line. It is going to be Gambit who reaches the line first. He wins the Australian Grand Prix. It is Master takes second place, then Venom comes home for 5th as Elmez comes home in 3rd then on penalties. Mike 4, Venom 5, RJ 6, Matt 7, T-Pain 8, Betty 9 then on penalties, Blaze 10, Peter 11, Crit 12, Rated 13, Crazy Hurdler 14 and Big Presumes to round off the grid in P15. What a race. Elmas, driver of the day. Finish results then, everybody, for the Grand Prix. Gambit takes the win from Master, second place. And it's Elmas, third from Mike 4, Venom 5, RJ 6, Matt Brooks 7, T-Pain 8, Betty 9, and Blaze rounds off the top 10. Thank you very much for joining me for this Sunday evening, everybody. It's been very nice to commentate here again. I'll see you all next Wednesday, which is coming up in a few days for round 10 of the Helheim World Championship. See you then. Hope you're excited for it. Get your practice in. We'll see you Wednesday. Good night, everybody.